Do you plan to run a clinical trial? Well, let me show you how to build a participant clinical trial portal. So let's get started right now. Welcome to Knack. My name is George, and on this video, I'm going to show you how to build a clinical trial participant portal right away. Now, you won't need any developer skills or designer skills to build your portal. Plus, it's going to scale with your needs really easily here on Knack. So let's get started. This is my Knack portal, and I'll be able to get started to build my portal right away. So in this case, I have three options available. I can start with generate with AI, which is my personal favorite. Second one would be a template. So go ahead and search for a template that might fit your needs to start building your portal. Or the third option is if you already have data to import via CSV, you can do that through here. Now, in this case, we're going to get started with AI, and I'm going to describe what I need for my portal. Now, this is really important, so it builds a portal for you, and it builds the sections that you might need for your portal. Now, don't worry, you can modify this later on. Now, in this case, let's go ahead and create this, and it'll take less than 3 minutes to have a custom portal built by Knack AI. So let's get a few minutes. Here we go. Our portal is now ready. It generated for us 5 tables, 5 pages, and 2 user roles. So let's get started and view the portal that was just created. Now remember, this is the portal created for us via AI, and it automatically imported some data so we can get started and analyze how it's going to work. Now I do recommend that the first thing you do is go to the live app and see how it actually works. Now in this case, we have several tabs on the top for different situations. So first off, we got our dashboard with general data, participants, where we have a list of the participants, consent forms, surveys, study timelines, study phases, and notifications, all available right here, generated automatically via Knack AI. Now we can modify every single aspect of our dashboard by selecting the sections that we need to modify. So in this case, I have selected this, and on the right, we're gonna get the settings for this chart. So we got our general settings, we got the data display. So if I want to change the look and style of this, that is possible by changing the settings right here. So I can select sections or select one of the graphs and make changes as needed. Now on the left, we're able to view all the pages that were generated in this case. So we got 7 pages that can be modified independently by selecting each one of these. Now I would recommend that when you get started, you lock these pages. So certain roles have access to certain pages, not all the pages. So in this case, if I select the menu option here, go to protect page with login, I can select if I want register to access this page. So in this case, yes, I do want new users to register to access this page. Then I can select if all logged in users will have access to this page or specific user roles. So maybe I just want the administrators to have access to this specific page. Go ahead and add login, and it'll add a little lock right here because it's now locked. That means that only administrators will have access to this section, even if they are registered, okay? Now, if I want to lock all the pages, I'll go to settings, go to user logins, and I have 3 options. I would select this one if you want to lock all of them with the same login. So let's go ahead and save this. And now all pages will be locked with the login. You see that they now have a little dot there. That's because they are now locked. Now that's for pages. Next, we have user roles. User roles are created automatically via AI, but if we need to create a brand new user role, that is possible by selecting new user role and go ahead and add user roles as needed. Then add the fields for each specific user role. So if you add a field, that means that this is data that will be requested for that specific user role. And yes, you can modify the user roles that have been created previously. So for participants, I can remove a field or add a brand new field if I need to. And on the right, we have sections to connect fields. So that means that this one is connected to these sections of the pages. I can also view validation rules, conditional rules, and the tasks all available here to create for the user roles. The next thing I want to show you is the tables. Now on tables is one of the most important aspects of a Knack because this is where the data is going to be stored. So in this case, we have the consent forms, surveys, and each one of these has data that will be super important for your dashboard. And again, if I need to add brand new fields, I can click on fields, I can modify fields, I can remove fields, and I can add fields if needed, and select the data type, and I will have a new field requested, for example, in this case, survey that I have selected. And on the right, I have the connection fields for the tables, also validation rules, conditional rules, and tasks for the tables. The next thing I want to show you is the theme where we can modify. Now, in this case, my custom theme is active. I'm going to click on it and I'll be able to modify the theme settings from here, including styles and layout. That's going to be super easy to modify and make your portal super customizable. And last thing I would recommend is that you really take time to go through the settings and set everything as needed. But this is a super easy way to create your clinical trial participant portal here on Knack. So definitely take advantage of our templates, our AI creator from Knack, or import via CSV. So get started right away by signing up in the link in the description. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell notification to get notified when new videos come out. And that's a wrap.